Morning, everyone. This morning we continued our study of the woman at the well. So we talked about just how incredibly isolated and alone that this woman would have felt, and about how that's the reason why she's coming to the well at noon when it's hot, alone, because she's been married 5 times and is on her sixth husband and not married to the guy, and it seems like in a group of people who are already outcasts, that she is an outcast amongst all the outcasts. She is alone. God seems very distant and inaccessible to her, and she walks to this well to get water, kind of doing her daily walk of shame alone. And there's a Jew there, and she would have likely been like, "Oh my goodness, I don't need more judgment and shame heaped on me right now." And yet, instead, what she finds is that Jesus tells her that he can bring her life. That he has come. He's the Messiah. He's come to this thirst that she has for God, that this God that seems so not accessible to her, and that she can just go and talk there, that right now that she can only go at some times to talk with and then come back, and it's like this water that she can go and drink sometimes, but that's it. That this God will, and is indeed happens now, will actually come well up inside her. We also talked about how water at this time would have often been seen as something that cleanses us from uncleanness. Like the Jews would go and dunk themselves in these things called mikvahs, which were running water, living water, to cleanse themselves, purify themselves from the uncleanness that they were interacting with. And so Jesus says that not only is this God that seemed so inaccessible to you, actually, you're not going to have to thirst for him anymore, because he's going to be with you and he's going to well up inside of you. Also hinting at the fact that he's going to clean you. He's going to wash away your sins. You're not just going to have to cover the outside of yourself, but he's going to cleanse you, make you clean. And this woman ends up just so excited and running and leaves her water. She doesn't care. I'm just going to go and run and tell everyone about this amazing man. And I know I can trust him because he's told me everything about my life. And so I'm just going to go and tell everyone what he's told me, because this is amazing. And this hopelessness that I had is gone, because Jesus has brought me hope that my reality doesn't have to continue to be this way. And then we also talked about how at the end, Jesus tells the disciples, "I've gone to get food," and Jesus is like, "I already got food." And they're like, "What? Jesus, who brought you food?" But Jesus is just saying that, like, the things that brings me sustenance, the things that brings me joy in life, is doing what God has called me to do. And so just an encouragement for us. Just how do we see the people around us? Do we think of ourselves as better and that they need to get their life in shape so that God can love them, or that we can interact with them? Or do we go out like Jesus, seek out these hurt and broken people and tell them about the good news of what Jesus has done? And the amazing thing is that as we do that, there is such joy and life to be found in obeying and doing what God has called us. So I hope you have a great conversation today, and hope you be blessed with it.